Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video giving my thoughts on whether or not we're going to be seeing smart zombies, smart walkers in Fear the Walking Dead. Okay, so this will be another Q&A if you're talking Walking Dead. This will be like number 43, something like that. But Fear the Walking Dead Q&A is kind of different than the regular. So got some good questions from you guys. Continue to send me your guys' questions. And apparently there was a promo for Fear the Walking Dead on AMC, but I missed it. Which sucks. Because you guys know I'm up a lot of times till 5, 6 a.m. and then I sleep in late during the day, and sometimes I don't catch stuff depending. So that said, if anybody sees it uploaded online, you can go ahead and private message it to me, and hopefully I'll be able to catch it. That way I can give my thoughts on it because I missed it. So I think this is a pretty good topic. This one was sent to me. Okay, we've got a couple here. It says, hey Trev, I was wondering if you think the fresh walkers in the new series will have better brain function and be able to open doors like Morgan's wife did in the pilot, or if that was strictly something that Darabont added as the showrunner. Also, would you prefer the new series to have more main character deaths like Game of Thrones, or have safe characters like the current Walking Dead? Love the videos. Keep up the good work. So great question. This one's from Seville Baseball 2557. I've got like one or two other Fear the Walking Dead questions here, so we'll do this as like a Fear the Walking Dead Q&A. So great points from him. This is something that from time to time we talk about this, because in the Walking Dead original series, in the first season, we see a lot of intelligent, smart zombies, so to speak, which we see in the George A. Romero films, especially the late 1990, 2000 ones that he did, where you will have certain zombies that are much smarter than some of the others, like Bub from Day of the Dead, and you know, some of the others that will, like the Butcher, which was a cool zombie, where he's got he's a zombie that is a butcher. In real life, that's his profession. So he goes around with a meat cleaver. Which is funny, and he'll like hack up fences and stuff, and you know, he uses it in that. And then there's the smart walker in the Romero film, I forget which one, Land of the Dead maybe, where he covers a car in gasoline and lights it on fire, and he worked at like a gas station. So, you know, like George A. Romero has the guy who invented the modern zombie, genre, so to speak, has incorporated this concept of having certain zombies that have more brain activity that seem to be smarter than some of the others. In The Walking Dead first season, this is something that when I did my original reviews, I thought was weird, and I was actually incorrect in that. And like I said, after I was doing the review for the first couple episodes, like over 5 years ago now, when in my first channel, even before this channel, is that it was weird that you see certain zombies, like in season 1, there's a zombie who grabs a rock and like uses it to smash in a window. And I incorrectly said that that was weird because I wasn't used to that with regards to zombies from what I had seen. But if you look back at the oldest George A. Romero stuff, the original Night of the Living Dead and stuff like that, certain ghouls, as they call them, zombies, would use certain little items like that and do things like that. They would smash car windows. They would smash, you know, stuff with other things they can pick up, and you know, would have that basic kind of animalistic brain activity. Morgan's wife was another one who would turn the handle, right, in the first season of The Walking Dead, and I really like that, especially when she looks in. Great scene there. I really like that a lot, and it also makes sense that, you know, afterwards hearing Morgan's story that you know, Dwight couldn't, or Dwayne. Almost said Dwight there. Dwayne couldn't do it, and you know, Morgan's wife actually. Well, we know how that turns out. So yeah, I mean, it's a cool concept. I like the idea, but I think you've answered your own question, which you said that was strictly something Darabont added as a showrunner, because since then we have not seen any types of smart walkers, hardly at all. I can't even think of one. I mean, we've seen a lot of zombies in The Walking Dead. There's a lot. But have we seen any that have exhibited any kind of special, you know, since the first season of the one climbing the ladder or trying to, and the others that we saw? We haven't really seen that. After season 1, you know, going forward on from there, almost no you know, smart walkers, so to speak. So I love the concept of smart walkers. I like it when they give us just a little bit, they give us a zombie here or there that's a little bit different from the others, that does things a little bit differently. Lately they've been doing it with certain like like in the regular Walking Dead, like items like one will have like a pole in it or something. So Michonne will go to hack it and it'll like hit something and it'll come at her and she'll be all discombobulated because it's like, oh yeah, it's got like this thing in it or something, So that's kind of cool. We've seen some of the others like the half face hanging off and some brutal stuff, right? Just absolutely brutal. Or the one that got Bob in the water, some kind of different zombies in that way. But I do like the idea of smart walkers. That said, for Fear the Walking Dead to do a prediction, because I have no idea. Even though I think it makes sense because they're fresh turned walkers, they would be smarter. I would think they would react better and faster than zombies. A couple years into the zombie apocalypse that have decayed a lot more. So I do like the idea, and I hope we will see that in Fear of the Walking Dead. But I don't think we'll see that. I think that was specifically a Darabont thing, and I don't think we're going to see that going forward. So there's my prediction for it. There's what I think. I hope I'm wrong because I do like to see it. I do like the concept of having a few walkers here and there, a little bit smarter, a little bit more fun to kind of add to it. But The Walking Dead is mainly about the characters that survive in the zombie apocalypse, not necessarily about the zombies themselves. They're there, but they're kind of there as like a force of nature, so to speak, than individual character attention themselves. But I do like it when they focus on them a bit. I think Romero especially in his later movies, got a little bit carried away with it, went too far. But I do like the idea of maybe throwing in a butcher, zombie or something like. I like that. It's kind of different and scary and cool, and it just kind of adds to it and adds to the diversity of the zombies and makes them more interesting. So I hope they will pick up on that in the future maybe, and hopefully Fear the Walking Dead will include a couple here and there, but I don't think it will. So those are my thoughts on it. I hope I'm wrong. Next one's from Trev Peters, and he says, Fear the Walking Dead Q&A. Hey Trev, how long do you think it will take before the main group realizes they're all infected? Do you think it will be sooner than the original series? Well, I don't think they will at all. Probably not, because The Walking Dead, one thing they do really well is they don't explain or they don't focus on stuff that the viewer already knows. So if you know something, the odds that they're going to bring it up again or they're going to touch on it is very, very unlikely. They usually don't spotlight stuff that we already know. If we know something happened in particular, they don't really talk about it, or they might talk about it briefly for just a second. But for the most part, they don't really talk about it hardly at all, or they don't really spotlight it if we already know it. So with regards to that, and I also read Q&A, I think, or something, interview or something, where Kirkman said that he actually regretted us finding that out because he felt like it might be, I guess it seems to me anyway from what he said, it seems like he would have wanted the characters to either find that out way later on in the series, either in the comic book series or the TV series, or maybe not find that out at all, not know that at all. Because is it realistic that they'd actually be able to figure that out? I think Darabont had a good point that in that circumstance, they may try to go to the CDC, and if they got there, they may have some kind of answers. So I felt like it was realistic, but I guess he didn't really like it that much. So I doubt we're going to see any kind of, spotlight on that or anything. It sounds like that won't be, they probably won't address that at all because, again, we already know that, right? So it doesn't do any point. So I'll throw in a couple more here that are regular Walking Dead. There was somebody who asked me how many seasons I think Fear the Walking Dead will go on for. And that's really hard to tell, man, because it hasn't even started yet. I don't have the name of the person who asked that. But yeah, that is really tough to say how many seasons. We'll have to see how the first and second season do. I hope it'll get at least 4 or 5 seasons. I doubt it will get as many seasons as the original Walking Dead. I think the original Walking Dead will get more seasons overall, and I kind of highly doubt that we will see Fear the Walking Dead get like 10 seasons or anything like that. If I had to make a prediction, I think 4 or 5, 6, something like that is probably reasonable. Next question is from Abigail Valdes Palmer. And she says, Trev, Q&A. So in the minute 2:44 of the trailer, we see Carol running, right? Then 2 seconds later, we see someone smash a head of a walker or something. But if you look closer, it's not going to the head. It's going to the arm. So I believe that it's one of the wolves cutting up a body like we see in Season 5 when Tyrese dies, remember? There was some walkers with no arms, no legs, and a W on their heads. Any thoughts? I didn't really think about that. I think it's a good comment. I think it's a good catch. And I think you might be right there because people have said that they think that that's one of the members of the Wolves. That's what Carol's kind of watching and may be ready to attack her very soon or do something. Really cool. So sounds pretty likely. It makes sense, and I'm sure we're going to see something of the sort like that because they put a lot of stuff like that in season 5. So if they don't have the Wolves exhibit some kind of behavior that explains what they were doing, it would feel weird. They're going to, I would say that because they did all those things prior, we saw zombie heads and all this weird stuff, W's on their foreheads and all this craziness, that we probably will see the Wolves exhibit some kind of behavior where they're doing something of the sort. Dismemberment or mutilating, dead or whatever. We'll see what kind of craziness they're going to do. They, so far I'm not that impressed with them as villains, but I'm hoping for season 6 we see a lot. I'm sure we will. I'm sure they'll elevate them and make them really cool villains, so they don't just feel like they're some kind of kind of just pass through or something. Villains just to bide time. So, but I like what they've done with them so far in terms of like the foreshadowing and everything like that. It's just the 2 wolves at the end didn't impress me that much because Morgan handed them their ass pretty quickly. So, anyway, last one we'll do from Storm Shadow. He asks all kinds of crazy questions. He says, "Hey Trev, do you think they should have had Tyrese live longer? I think his character was just pointlessly killed off. He was a likable character, and I was hoping to see a change in him. Thanks, man, and keep up the awesome work." Yeah, that would have been cool. I also would have liked to see how he would react to Rick later on, as we see, as we kind of see Rick kind of go, not crazy, but the whole too far gone concept at the end of The Walking Dead season 5, where he points the gun at everybody. He's not going nuts, but he's kind of going a little nutty with them because he's frustrated that of the way they do things, quite a bit different, and they're not really ready for surviving the zombie apocalypse. It would have been cool to see how Tyrese would react to that and how he would fit into that. Maybe they felt like they needed to reinforce the fear of the zombies, and so they went with that, and that we were going to add on so many characters that they at that time wanted to do that. But I would have liked to have seen him live longer. And yeah, it was a little bit disappointing because it was cut kind of short. But they want to keep it unpredictable to a degree, and it was unpredictable to a degree, but it was also a sad episode. So anyway, we've talked about that quite a bit. So I won't go on further. Let me know what you guys think about Fear Dead, what you think about the type of zombies we're going to get. We've seen some of them in some of the promos, and they look quite a bit different than the ones we're used to in the regular Walking Dead. So that should be fun to see what they have for us. And geez, man, it's like I'm filming this on Sunday, so we literally have 1 week. So it's this weekend till Fear the Walking Dead premieres. So I'm really excited. So let me know what you guys think about it. Write your comments below. Send me your private messages with your questions, and also if anyone gets a YouTube video or whatever of that preview, send it to me because I do want to see it. And if you like the video, please thumb it up below. If you want to support the channel, please share, please favorite, and if you're new and you want to subscribe, you want to make me feel great, you can go ahead and subscribe at the bottom left. Be sure to subscribe. So for this one, guys, see you again really soon. As always, it's Trev. I'm saying peace. Don't be a deadhead. Subscribe.